I was going to create a reveal video of the Land Rover once I've finished all the modifications, but just like any project vehicle, I realized that it could take forever, so I decided I'll release a video now and showcase what I've done so far. If you're a regular visitor to the channel, welcome back. I hope you like this video. May I please remind you, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up, always comment on my videos because it really helps the algorithm. I really appreciate your help, guys. Hey, if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content that I create and also like the videos. Comment down the bottom. It really helps me a lot, guys. We're going to start from the back of the vehicle, and yes, it is a work in progress. Enjoy. So I've been busy accessorizing the Land Rover. As you can see, there's more bits and pieces hanging around. It's still a work in progress. Obviously, it's going to be a big job doing this thing, but if you follow me, you probably figured that I'm more of function over form is what they say. I don't like spending money, so just make do and be more practical. So I made myself a fold-out table. So I've just got a Velcro to hold it in, so when I slam the door, it doesn't come off. I've got a couple of hard drive magnets, and these hard drive magnets are quite strong. I think they're probably one of the strongest magnets around. So I've got one here and one here to hold it in like this. But as I say, you know, you slam the door and sometimes it still comes off, so I've got that to actually lock it in. All right, and that's just a couple of hardwood acacia serving boards from Kmart. And I'd love it to be all in one piece, but I couldn't find the exact size that I needed. So anyway, it came with two pieces, a few hinges, you know, made it work. A couple of steel cables just to hold it in place. These are rubber insulation mats from Bunnings that I found in a roll. Not too expensive. Comes with double adhesive backing, so you're just going to cut it to shape and stick it in. This is a toolbox, as you can see, and I just painted the logo of the brand black because I don't like to see that there. And this will eventually be, this will contain, I'll put these things again so it holds it like this. I'll make a bit of a table here. This will eventually hold like kitchen stuff like spatulas and ladles and stuff like that, you know, so you'll be cooking down here and yeah, cooking down here and getting what you need. And I might put either a magnet or a quick just like a Velcro strap, so I can just hold it in place while I'm cooking and I can easily undo it, get what I need, shut it off again, and then lock it in place when I'm traveling, obviously. So that's that. Let's move on to the back. That is a dustproof, waterproof, protective, I don't know what the correct term is, I'll put it underneath here. Yep, that's that one there. So this was intended to be for recovery equipment, so like ropes and soft shackles and stuff like that. Obviously a shovel, so that's just a quick release. So that's just a quick release shovel mount, shovel holder. So it's a pretty cheap shovel. So I mean, I know it's not secured, but if it gets stolen one day, then you know, 12 bucks. Anyway, that's that. I've put in this ladder, which is from a Land Rover Defender I bought from a guy that's been imported from the UK, but I bought secondhand quite cheap again. Same as a Defender, same setup. This has been around for a while, so I bought mud flaps, but it was all black. And I just painted these, the Land Rover logo with a acrylic, yellow acrylic paint for models. I'll put it down in here, you can see what it is. All right, move to the side. These two are original Land Rover from the military version of Land Rover, the Parentes. Aerial mounts for the Land Rover FFRs is what the model of it is. So they had these couple here and a couple on the other side. In the army or the military had massive aerials on each one. Unfortunately, that's been cut off by the previous owner who I bought it from, so I might replace it with the one that actually has the full thing here. This is a front runner jerry mount for the Land Rover Defenders. Again, it's the same as for the series. This is an original 1950s military jerry can, more for aesthetics because it's not legal to carry petrol fuel in here anyway. But Probably gonna swap that for a water jerry with a tap here. So, you know, you could open the tap and get water off here. My plan is to have maybe a fold-out table here with some traction boards. So when you fold it down, then you can make it as a workbench and you can open the tap, the water, maybe put a little bit of sink, foldable sink or something. This is a heavy-duty canvas pocket or door card made by Kaboa Overland in Indonesia. I ordered it from Indonesia. Really good quality, quite inexpensive, quite reasonable. Yep, so I've got one on each side. So I love this thing, just makes use of it. Before I put it on, I've put those rubberized insulation that I bought from Bunnings on the back door. You won't be able to see it, but stuck in there, so you know it kind of sound deadens the whole door as well. All right, so let's move on to the inside. So this is an upgrade for me, massive upgrade for me. Let's just move all that rubbish away. The bunny is the upgrade. No, the seats are the upgrade. So these are original Land Rover Parenti seats from the army again. So quite comfortable, safer. It's got the headrests, so it's much safer in a crash. Fully adjustable, you know, recline and backwards and forwards and that sort of stuff. The base is a quick release, so which is good because you can still have access to the toolboxes underneath here. You've got a bit of storage under here, so really good. Doesn't cover that up, which is good. Different shades, as you can see, different shades of green and greyish green, which is normal. That's just the military stuff, apparently. So from this side, we'll move to the middle. So I've removed the middle seat of the original series Land Rover seat, removed it. So what I'm planning to do is, you've seen the King's fridge that we have. So whether that or a similar size, different brand, whatever, it's going to be here. I measured it, so it's going to be here. Actually, no, there. And then I've got one of these ammo boxes, the skinnier one of this, or a smaller size of this, fits perfectly between the seat and the fridge. So that would be my center console for storage. I might mount a couple of cup holders in here as well to hold the cups. Bit of room still in the back seat, so first aid kit, fire extinguisher, all safety stuff. These are what you call your risers. So you'll see this in the bush trucks. Camel Trophy Land Rovers have them. So they're just a steel cable that attach from the ball bearer, the bumper, all the way up to the roof rack. And the purpose of these things are so when you drive through thick bush or jungle or whatever, all the branches come here and they hit the risers and they rise up to the top of the vehicle. So all the branches, all the leaves and everything go up over the roof rack and then exit the back of the vehicle so they don't smash into your windscreen and scratch the whole side of your vehicle. I only put this when I'm parked on a campsite or in the bush because it's actually illegal where we live to have these things, apparently. I don't know why, because they're not safe. If you hit a pedestrian, they can do a bit of damage on them, but that will do more damage to a pedestrian than that cable, I reckon. But anyway, that's the law and we obey the law. On the other side are these. These are steps, fold-out steps. I remember there was a company back in the States, back in the 90s, or maybe prior to that even, called Man Free, I think, Man F-R-E. And that's the first time I've seen these things. And when I wanted to buy them, I couldn't find them anymore. I don't think that company's around yet, still. So I bought these from Amazon, I think, but you can get these from eBay. They use them, you know, trailers, just anything that requires you to go and step up. So these are good. These are good because you can just like literally fold them out like this, you know, and you can climb up into the roof like that and gain access to your roof. These are pretty solid. They're quite small, but they're pretty solid. You know, they're built for it, so. There are several things that I absolutely forgot to mention. I want to start with the wheels and tires. For the tires, I picked 225 95/16. They are pizza cutters, really narrow tires. I created a video about 10 months ago regarding narrow versus wide tires, and I encourage you to watch that video. I'll put a link down in the description. For the wheels, I picked the ones from the Land Rover Parentis, so the military version of the Land Rovers. These are ROH branded wheels, which is made in Australia, obviously issued to the military. Steel rims, I just think that they just really changed the look of the vehicle. It looks a bit tougher. I didn't mind the color as well. It kind of blended in with the matte black paintwork of the Land Rovers, so I just left it exactly how it is. Now the next modification is the bull bar. Again, that is from a military version of the Land Rover. It is a steel, quite really heavy duty, quite heavy bull bar, and I just like the look of it. It's a bit, you know, a bit of a classic, and again, because it's originally from the military, then I just want to kind of keep that theme for the Land Rover, so I really like it. Let's move on to lighting. So the headlights are LEDs from Auxbeam. They are 7 inches round, obviously. LEDs are brighter than the original ones, and that is the main reason why I got them. Onto the fog lights, I've got 4 7-inch LED fog lights from Auxbeam. For the headlights and the spotties, I did a review video. I'll put it down in the description. If you're interested with purchasing any one of those or looking into them, feel free to have a look. The spotlights are a combination of flood and spot, so it projects really bright white light. There are covers for them that you can put over them to make them a bit of a yellow color, which is really good, which is what you need for penetrating things like fog and a bit of rain. The last modification I'm going to show you today is the one I'm most excited about, and I reckon it's the best thing I've done so far. It is a rear locking differential for the Land Rover. There's a company called McNamara, which is based in Victoria here in Australia, and I believe they're still around. Years and years ago, they created a manual locking diff for this vehicle. It's simple. Inside the axle assembly is a spring, and right at the very right hand side of the axle is like a bolt thing that you can undo with a spanner, and it releases the spring, thus spools the left side to the right side. It spools the diff. Now, the difference between a locking diff and a spooled diff is a locking diff will have some sort of give. If the pressure is too much, it will disengage for a second. Whereas a spooled diff never disengages until something breaks or you purposely disengage the mechanism. My understanding is that McNamara had to upgrade the actual shaft because it's a spooled diff. I may be wrong. If there's anyone who can confirm that, can you please put a comment down the bottom. This locking diff is truly special, and I'm still pretty stoked that I have it. It was a bit of a mission swapping the axles over, but hey, I can tell you, it's quite worth it. Something to look forward to in the future, maybe some forward driving videos in the Land Rover. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe, put a comment down the bottom. It really helps my channel. See you in the next one.